several factors, and we have to look at the factors set out in 2919B of the Ohio Revised Code. What the court has done here is we've looked at the Ohio risk assessment, which is a tool that the court uses to determine the risk of a defendant committing crimes again. And in Mr. Nicosia's case, the Ohio risk assessment comes back as he's a high risk to reoffend. We've also had to look at his past criminal record, which he's had at least one significant incident in a correctional facility and several criminal convictions. We also have to look at what happened in the case and the facts and circumstances of the case. And as the counsel has alluded to, there appears to be more than meets the eye than what was first reported in this case. And the court is convinced that it would have been a very difficult case for the prosecution to try. I believe that the negotiated plea agreement was contentious and hard fought between the parties, and the court is also convinced that it is a just outcome of the case, considering the facts and circumstances. That being said, the court finds that it is appropriate to sentence Mr. Nicosia to 4 years on the charge of robbery, felony of the first degree. That it is appropriate to sentence Mr. Nicosia to 4 years on the count of felonious assault, felony of the second degree, and to sentence him to 60 days on unlawful restraint, misdemeanor of the third degree. The court finds that, based on the facts and circumstances of the case, the allegations in the indictment, that these crimes should be run concurrent to one another, that is, that they run together for an aggregate sentence of 4 years. The court finds that, based upon the court records, that the defendant is, at this point, entitled to 155 days credit for time served. If there is other proof other than the sheriff's records of additional days served on our charge in different jurisdictions, the court would be happy to take a look at that upon proper motion. Mr. Nicosia, under certain facts and circumstances, it is possible for you to receive earned credit while at the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Control. That will be up to the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Control. It's my job to talk to you about that. The state has not asked for restitution in this matter. The court's going to go ahead and leave restitution open for a period of 30 days. If there happens to be a motion filed by the state in the next 30 days concerning restitution, the court would convene a hearing if the defendant so requires as to restitution. Being that the defendant is going to serve a lengthy prison sentence, the court does not see a necessity for a fine in this matter. Mr. Nicosia, you will be responsible for court costs in this matter. If you are unable to afford to pay the court costs, you may complete community service at the rate of the state of Ohio minimum wage until such time that court costs equal the work that you performed. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to be long with it. Mr. Nicosia, you know what has brought you here. You know, based upon your record, you know the kind of behavior that has led you here. I'm assuming, and it's probably and it's an assumption on my part because I don't know you very well. You've been respectful in this courtroom, but your record says that you have some other issues, and I would assume that it probably starts and ends with substance abuse. And you've made decisions, and you've hurt people. You've hurt people in the past. You've hurt people in this case. That is why you will not be permitted to be in society. You're going to have 4 years to think about what you did to Mr. Gale and Mr. Gale's property. When you come out of prison, you'll have a choice. You're in your 30s now, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And when you come out of prison, you'll be in your mid-30s. You'll still have, for most people, 40, 45 years of life left in front of you. You can decide if you want the last 20 years to be in of how you're going to have the rest of your life, or you can decide if you want to have a future. You have a head on your shoulders, and you seem intelligent, but you're making really dumb choices. And you're hurting people, and you're hurting this community. If you hurt this community, you go to prison. And I expect that will be the same result wherever you go. Stop hurting people, stop hurting yourself, but you'll have a decent life. Defendant is remanded to the custody of the Harrison County Sheriff for transport to the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Correction. This court will stand recess.